Okay, you can see there's the proof. 9:02 p.m. February 22. That's right, Bob. I've been out here for a while. My back is killing me, even though this cart is way up in the air. My back is pretty sore, but I'll be okay. I'll be all right. We can take something else off our list. Let's see. What are we gonna do? Yeah, baby. The pump is running. Yeah, we took the pipe off. We just didn't have enough time to, let's see what else we got. We went out and got us an LED and a 12-volt switch at Advanced Auto Parts. And it couldn't have worked out any better, folks, really. I told you I was going to make a little aluminum plate that went between the steering wheel and the hub. And lo and behold, you know, everything happens for a reason, right? When we still had Brooklyn's go-kart here, remember it was on the stand in the back room before we sold it to Chris and little Maverick West out there by Lansing. Hey guys, how you doing? Braden was having trouble, you know, running out of arms when we were over there at the China school district place over there running his go-kart for hours at a time. I think Kenny found by picking up a little bit of, you know, weight off of each wheel that the chassis probably tweaked. But I noticed that the steering wheel on Brooklyn's cart was a larger diameter than Braden's. So to give him all the help he could possibly get, I swapped steering wheels. When I swapped steering wheels, I noticed, as you can see here, this is the little Mini Swift engine, right? This is a little Vortex, I believe. It's got a starter, right? So it's got push buttons. Guess what? That's right. There was a little push button bracket on that steering wheel that I took off of the Brooklyn's go-kart. When I put the other one on, I didn't put this back on because we assumed we're just going to go with a 4-stroke. And then we sold the cart to Chris, and this bracket was in a box. I was looking around, and folks, I'll be darned, the light and the switch, we had to file this hole out just a little bit, but usually there's a start and a stop button for the little Mini Swift, right? This worked out great. Got our pump running down here. We don't have any water in it, so we don't, even though there's no shaft and no seals in it, we don't want to run our pump too much. But there you go. We've got our run light, got the inline fuse, pretty tidy the way it all worked out, right? And we got enough for it to go all the way. You know, we don't go all the way this way. I mean, it's more than enough, but it won't go as far as it goes this direction. But we got plenty of wire. The only thing I've got left to do is these little push-on fittings here. We need to get some, I need to pull them off and put a little piece of shrink wrap over top. I ran out of shrink wrap that size because we just don't want the two of them to touch. Because it'll be positive and negative there. Only when you turn the switch on do you get positive to the LED. But we don't want to have any trouble. So it worked out pretty good. We got our ground down here. Worked out to where the pigtail that they gave us with the water pump plugs in here, and the ground ended up perfect right here. So we just spliced into the battery pack, the plug-in for the battery pack, because there it comes underneath here, as you see. Yeah, super happy with this, man. Super happy. Took hours, a lot longer than I probably should have, but I'm not electrical, man. I'm really not. I can wire you some car speakers, maybe. But this kind of electrical stuff, power to switch to a light, you know, to through the fusible link before it gets to the pump and stuff. I had to take the steering wheel with the thing on it over here 2 or 3 times and plug the pigtail into the other battery and touch it on the different things and check it. and make sure that we were going to hook the wires up to the right stuff. But I guess it's like anything else. I guess if you do it for a living, it's second nature, right? But for me, I don't. And I've never liked electrical or wiring. So there you go. We're super pleased with that. We'll be able tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll throw some water in this thing. I mean, it's not going outdoors anytime soon. Maybe we'll put some premix in it. I do have some like 10 below antifreeze that was 50-50 that was in the Enduro, and when we push the antifreeze out with water, it obviously dilutes it a little bit. Instead of being good to minus 43, I've got one that's a good to minus 20. I got another one that's good to minus 10. So yeah, it's no big deal. I mean, we can do that and then just pull a bottom hose and just drain it off or whatever, you know, when we're ready to go out to the racetrack. But super happy, man. We couldn't be happier. I love this conduit. I always get that plastic serrated stuff, right? And it's just sliced. This stuff's actually spiraled around. It goes around itself at least once, you know. So really nice. What do they call this? Braided conduit or whatever for the wiring. I like it. I like the way it looks. I like the new look. Yeah, we're good to go, man. Good to go. Good to go. So there you go. That's the water pump wiring is done. We knocked it off the list, folks. There's next to nothing left. We got some overflow issues. I don't even know if I'm going to bother putting an overflow on the gearbox. I think I may just put a little vent cap deal that's what all the KZ guys are using now. It's like a little vent deal that goes on a gas cap of a dirt bike. They're on Amazon, man. You get a dozen of them for nothing. Yeah, and I don't know if I'm going to bother putting anything on here. I know guys put a soda bottle here and just run a hose into it. There's nothing fashion show about a soda bottle, unless you can find me an orange one. Not a clear one with an orange label, an orange plastic bottle. Then I'd think about it. Maybe I get something along the lines of this here, right? A little squeeze bottle deal. If I can find an orange one of these, I would put it on. But maybe we can use something like this. Just pop a hole in top, just run the hose into it, right? I don't know. That's kind of too big for what we want to do here, but it's ridiculous. They really don't push water out only when they're super tip-top full. It warms up. Heat obviously expands. Not hot, just warm, good and warm. If it gets up to 120, 130, it's going to expand a little bit. It'll puke a little out, but it ain't a bunch. I may just run it on a hose right onto the damn ground because it's not antifreeze. It'll be water. So I have to determine what we want to do yet. I have a couple of these little Rigetti Rodolphi things, right? Everybody's got one of these with a cap missing, right? So that one's about useless. We got this one. It's got a vent. Somebody poked a hole in it, and this here. So I don't know. Maybe we could use that for water. We could put a couple of tie wraps or something on there, but we can't use it. We can't use it for fuel, but we could probably use it for water, I guess. You know, we just zip tie it on here. I don't know. We'll see. We're getting right down to it now. So we definitely. I'm going to jingle and shake up the pipe, get that cleaned up tomorrow. Thanks, Patrick. Patrick McIntyre hooked me up with two, not one, but two exhaust probes. The small ones, the small kind, because that's kind of like, and an extension cable that's a single with the dual temps on it for Rich's cart, because he needs. We got a spark plug on that. We'd like to get EGT on there for him too. So yeah, we can go ahead and drill and tap because we know what we're doing there, and we can get this thing, you know, running. We can get some gas and oil in it and start it up, because I have a feeling Richie's going to have to re-weld a leak or two on that pipe, and we want to find out. We want to be able to do that, test it with a week and a half, at least 2 weeks before we go to Grattan, so he has time to hose it down with acetone, clean it up, and get whatever leaks or whatever fixed up. We don't want to not do it and get to the track and find out this thing's pissing out oil and leaking and stuff. So there we go. Episode 51. Area 51, baby. Check it out. Ignition blast off. Dig it. I'm digging it. I'm super happy. Everything's starting to come together, guys. Hang in there. I'm praying for you. Godspeed. It'll get better. Jesus is coming, guaranteed. And I'm so close. I'll get a ride, and then maybe Jesus will come. Who knows? I don't know. See y'all.